So the aftermarket car scene seems to be under siege. And I'm not talking about the EPA videos that we've talked about and done. We're actually going to be doing updates on it. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so, because there are new updates coming very, very soon, guys. Now, I'm talking about the SLEEP Act, and I'm not talking about our president's nickname. It's actually an act that's trying to be passed right now in New York, brought to us by one of you guys, a YouTuber, and it's pretty interesting stuff. So let's run that intro and I'll jump right into it. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Talking Mods. So if you remember the intro, I talked about a new subject that was brought to us by one of you guys, the viewers, and it is appreciated because it is going to be a topic and it could affect you. What this SLEEP Act is about noise ordinances. And now in other countries, it is prevalent, especially in Europe. They have a lot of different rules. In Asia, they have rules about certain types of noise ordinances, so exhaust and mufflers have to follow. So I'll jump into it, but before I do, I want to tell you guys that, I've been doing this for quite a long time now, 17 years, and I've seen a lot of laws change and come and go. This one, to me, I've seen this one come up several times, and I'll talk about it. So again, I'm the CEO of Mod Bargains. If you haven't checked out Mod Bargains, please do so. Please smash the like button, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so. And I'm sorry to do it in the beginning, but I really want you guys to do so. All right, so the SLEEP Act is a bill that they're trying to pass to give people in New York, in the state of New York, a $1,000 fine if their exhaust is loud.
You're kidding me.
And they don't define what the decibel meter is going to be. They don't define how it's supposed to be, how it's set up. But if it is loud and it is an aftermarket exhaust, you would get a $1,000 fine, and you would not be able to pass your car through the DMV when it's time for registration if you have an infraction, so you have to get it fixed. And they don't want you to have aftermarket exhaust, is basically the gist of it. So what the bill's trying to say is that at all times of the day, you can't have an aftermarket exhaust, something that's louder and being obnoxious, I guess, right?
Oh, stop that bastard!
So in California, a bill, it was Bill 1824. It was in January 1st of 2019. It just got passed right through the state legislature. Nobody knew where it came from.
Alone for three.
It just happened. Nobody noticed it. And literally, I remember the first month, that January, people were getting tickets left and right. I was getting phone calls. Hey, I got a ticket. It's illegal for me to have an aftermarket exhaust. We're like, wait, what's going on?
I don't know what's going on. I'm playing catch up too.
It didn't work. I mean, this was crazy. California State, for example, is a 95 decibel level. So if you surpass 95 decibel, yeah, they could give you a ticket, but below that is fine. Now, 95 decibels is actually pretty loud. So most vehicles, and even aftermarket exhausts, all meet that criteria. So what ended up happening is, yeah, everybody noticed it. It got repealed. All those tickets and all that stuff didn't work out, right? Now, New York is trying to pass a law that has no decibel level that's defined. That's a problem at all times of the day. Now, in certain places and counties, they can have areas like nighttime, let's say midnight or 2 in the morning and so forth till 6 in the morning, where certain laws can exist. Now, you could do that up to an extent, but you got to define it. So I'm not trying to be a lawyer here or anything like that, but what I'm trying to say is this is pretty extreme, and I've seen it not even pass in California, so I don't think the SLEEP Act in New York would pass. Not only that, the governor has said he's a car enthusiast, so it's going to be interesting to see what his response is. Again, this is really brand new. I mean, it was June 20th. I meant June 20th that the articles have recently come out on this. So it's fairly new. We'll see what happens. What's more interesting is what happens on the county level, right? And I think as car enthusiasts, this is where we make the difference. How do we respond? Do we just go up in an uprage, an uproar about it, and then we're enraged about it?
No.
I don't know. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I think it's having a conversation. And by conversation, I mean an honest, hey, yes, we understand nighttime is, we don't want to wake up our neighbors.
I get emails from all of our neighbors, bro.
Just turning it on.
And a lot of great exhaust these days, they have the valves controller in there. You can have your valve controller closed. It's neighborhood friendly. If you live in an HOA, I'm sure a lot of HOAs have rules and so forth. So having a valve control, you have the valve control closed. Don't be obnoxious. Don't cause problems with your neighbors. Unlike there's a buzz that was happening about last month. It was a Bryan Hillman, and I did reach out to him. A guy in San Diego, Carlsbad, San Diego. He's under a personal lawsuit from his neighbor. Now, he drives down his neighborhood, making it very loud. Now, very hard to prove because in the state of San Diego, for example, we'll put links below. You guys can read about it. It's 84 decibels when you're at your house. If anything surpasses that, then it's infringing on your rights. Now, your rights in America is based, your rights go up until your nose, basically. There was I forget who said that exactly, but I will come up with the quote and I'll put it down there because I think that's very important, right? It's your liberty of rights, right? You have a liberty of rights up to an extent until it infringes upon somebody else. So I always feel that we should be respecting other people's, hey, okay, if it's going to wake up a baby next door or it's going to wake up the neighbors, let's do our best to be respectful. Unlike Bryan Hillman, who's created, F you Susan stickers and t-shirts and merchandise and created, all this negativity and gone on purpose to her house and, revved up his car. When there is a good dialogue between car enthusiasts and the community, then things work out. But if we rebel and fight, that's where I think sometimes the problems come up. And I mean that it needs to be, and I want to get your opinion on this. You guys agree with me? I mean, do you guys think, oh no, F this and it shouldn't happen? I don't think so. And the Sleep Act is has the same recourse. It's just an act that somebody obviously got very ticked off and got it to the legislature and wants to get it passed. And then somebody said, oh yeah, I remember when I woke up and I'm going to pass that bill. Okay, but not everybody revs up their car in the middle of the night. Not everybody has a supercar. There are trains. There is construction that happens. Construction sometimes happen late at night because they run night crews. All this makes a difference. There's noise ordinances have to be within reason. And I think that's when dialogues need to happen, not just laws that get passed. But as I said in the intro, it feels like our industry in particular is being targeted. So what we need to change, I think, and this is my personal opinion here, and I want to get your opinions, how we are perceived. How are we perceived? Whether it's on EPA levels where we are, we can show, hey, this is actually helping the environment with tunes and so forth. Or, hey, we have valve controllers in our cars. Hey, we're going to keep our cars quiet during the nighttime. And, when we're out at the racetrack and we're out at certain areas, we will open up that valve and enjoy our vehicle to the max. It's an honest and open conversation that needs to happen. And that's where I think, why are we being perceived so negatively? That's where the problems come up. So I want to get your opinions. I look forward to your comments and let me know what you guys think about this. The Sleep Act, I don't think it's going to pass, but it could. We have to be aware of it, especially you guys in New York, but other states as well. And I will see you guys on the next Talking Mods.